Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Please open your camera.
Waalaikumsalam, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Waalaikumsalam,
alright.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, salam, good. Okay, Mr. Secretary, do we have enough quorum to start our meeting today?
Mr. Chairman, yes, we have an enough quorum today to start the meeting.
Okay. Before we proceed to the meeting, Mr. Syakir, can you recite the doa?
Sure, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا من خزائن رحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما نافعا وارزقنا فهما صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin ya rabbal alamin. Mr. Secretary, are there any apologies for the absence today?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We do have an apology for absence today is received from Mr. Ali bin Bakar. He can't join us for today meeting because he has some family matter to be done at his village.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I believe we now can proceed to the next item regarding of the minute of the previous meeting. Okay, now, Mr. Secretary, I want you to send personally to all members the previous last minute meeting.
Oh, of course, Mr. Chairman. I will do it.
Okay.
I have done the minutes of meeting personally to everyone in the meeting.
Okay.
So you guys
Okay,
can check it.
Okay, Mr.
Okay,
Secretary,
I
I
got it.
already received it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So there is any change that made?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I believe it. No.
Alright then.
I think there is no any changes.
Alright. Okay. Then I need someone to propose the minute to pass as the true record.
Mr. Chairman, I propose that the minute is passed as a true record.
Uh, is there anyone the second motion?
Mr. Chairman, I think I will be the second of the motion.
Okay, good. I think now we can move on to the fourth objective, which is matters arising out the minute. Is there any matters arising?
No, Mr. Chairman. All of the arrangement for the gotong royong at the Rumah Pengasih is nearly complete. We have already contacted the owner of the van to rent on the day of the gotong royong. Everyone seems so excited about it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nick. Now we shall proceed to the next thing, correspondence. Mr. Secretary, could you please go through the correspondence?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We get a discount from our supplier because he get to know that we are doing our things for charity. And despite of that, we made a bulk purchase of the things, so they give us a discount. Moreover, the supplier also gave us free plastic bag to be used for putting the trash later. This is really helpful for us as it cuts our financial. Other than that, we also buy the cleaning equipment such as broom, mop, wiping cloth, and many others items to be used for cleaning the house later. For information, the total of all the item is to be round out to 300 ringgit, as it is actually a lot cheaper than we were expecting because we got a lot of discount from the supplier. So that's it from me.
Oh, it's good. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I didn't know that the supplier is wanting to help us by giving the discount. It really made me happy because our activity is to help the elderly is supported by the others. Now, let's go on the next agenda, which is financial report. Would you present the financial report, Mr. Treasurer?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will be present the financial report. So let me share my report first.
Okay.
Sorry, I have internet connection problem, so I will turn off my camera. Okay, Mr. Chairman and others, can you see my report? My shared screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see it clearly.
Okay. So I want you guys to be focused on my report first that I have distributed. So as you can see, we were sponsored about RM 2000 ringgit to make this charity to happen. All of the things that we bought lately, like what the secretary, Mr. Faris said just now, are amounting about RM 300 ringgit only, since there are many discount from the supplier itself. So second, we have rent a van for RM 300 per day. I have already surveyed it online on the internet, and this is the average price of the van that we can rent to first deliver our item to the charity house. Second, to bring us all to the as transport to the rumah pengasih. Okay, third, we also get sponsored in shape of foods and PPE. As for foods, we get sponsored from our staff, and some of it from the supplier too. And PPE, we get sponsored from Ajib and Eden Clinic, since they our neighbors, our company neighbors, they hear rumors about we are giving a charity at elderly house. So they intend to give some PPE to make us stay safe, even though we are doing charity. And lastly, there are 4 persons who volunteered to join us on the charity at the Rumah Pengasih, and we will be giving them RM 100 each person, 4 person, as a reward for them to help us during the charity. So I think that's all the report for now. Thank you.
Okay. Good, Mr. Treasurer. Thank you for your explanation about our financial statement for the charity event at Rumah Pengasih. So now, does anyone want to ask question regarding the financial report?
Mr. Chairman, I have some question about the financial report. Based on the report that Mr. Shakir explained, I think we all can agree that our expenses and our sponsor doesn't not much. This is about what 1,000 ringgit more from the budget. I suggest the extra 1,000 is to be donated to the Rumah Pengasih in order to use all the money that we are sponsor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nick. Thanks for your idea. I absolutely agree with your suggestion, and I will pass the matter to Mr. Treasurer to include in the financial report. And I hope that Mr. Treasurer is taking point about this matter. Now let's get started with our main matter, which is special business. So right now we are going to discuss about the first thing, cleaning the garden and the person in charge. The second, painting and the person in charge. Okay, firstly, we are going to discuss about the person in charge for cleaning the garden and what is to be done to the garden.
Mr. Chairman, yes, Mr. Chairman, I propose that we are going to clean the garden of the Rumah Pengasih. I believe that we have to make the garden more beautiful. This is because the garden is the place where they can make outdoor activity or maybe enjoying the scenery outside.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion of Mr. Nick proposed, because the point that Mr. Nick says is on point and it has its own advantages. So I suggest that we split into two group of two. My idea is that the first team is to clean the garden by cutting the grass and to trim the bushes and also trees over there. Alongside of that, the other team is to be digging a hole to plant a new tree at the garden, as we are going to plant a new tree for the elderly house, the Rumah Pengasih. And it is also for the sake of beauty scenery of the garden and also for a fresher air, as it is for elderly house. So that's my point.
Okay, I really like about your idea. I like from your board, and I believe there is no one is going to oppose the proposal. So, I guess that we need a person in charge for this activity.
Mr. Chairman, since Mr. Nick is the one who proposed for the activity, so I want to suggest Mr. Nick to be the one who in charge for the activities.
Oh, good. So there is anyone else to be person in charge beside Mr. Nick?
No, Mr. Chairman.
I think no, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. So now we can proceed to the voting to the continue this activity by putting our hand in the air. Can we?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, let's vote. Okay. Now we have the majority is voting to continue this activity. The activity I propose to be proceed, and I think that we can move on the next special business. Is there anyone to propose other things to do?
Mr. Chairman, I want to propose that we have to paint the Rumah Pengasih. As what I have known, the Rumah Pengasih color is become more faded, as it's been a long time since they paint their house. So I propose that we have to paint the house, repaint the house, so that the house is gonna be more cheerful. How about that?
I think I second the mentioned purpose. I think that the house need a new color wall and make it look more cheerful as the color of the house is started to fade.
Wow, it's a good idea from you both. But as usual, we need the vote from the majority so that we can proceed with the activity. So, shall we start the voting?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. I think I will not be voting for the idea.
Okay, decision vote is not the majority. So I think we can proceed with this activity. So now, Mr. Nick, can you tell us more about the details to clean the garden? To clean the
Yes.
garden. Uh, Beside that, Mr. Nick, you have to regroup the team that we have total 8 human energy that you have to split into 2 groups of 4 appointed each other and appointed a leader to each group. So can you, Mr. Nick?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
So I think we can close about our special business. Now we can proceed with other business.
I think we can proceed to other business, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chairman.
Ni.
Mr. Chairman, I got to know that our user sharing season on Monday will be changed to other day, which is Wednesday. This is because due to the change of speaker for the season.
Oh, I see. Thank you for the information, Mr. Nick. Mr. Secretary, I want you to take note about these changes.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I will take note about it.
Okay, the next item to be taught is the date, time, and the place of the next meeting. So, let's decide the date, time, and place. Shall we do the next meeting at the 3rd of September on Friday, and the place is Microsoft Teams. Are you everyone free of the day?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I want to ask, what time on the Friday?
Uh, 3rd of September.
I mean, what time?
Or time, sorry, 9 a.m. I'm sorry, 9 a.m. at Friday, 3rd of September.
Okay.
Okay, before that, Mr. Secretary, can you please check my schedule? If I'm free that day.
Wait, Mr. Chairman, I will see my notes first. On the 3rd of September, I see that you have nothing to do, so you are free on that day. Yeah.
So
On
good.
19.
Anyone else? Are you free that day?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, let me see first.
I'm free
Yes,
on that day.
on 3rd
Yes,
September,
I'm free on
Friday.
I'm free to on 3rd September 9 a.m. I'm free.
Alright, I'm
Okay,
free too,
nice.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, nice. So we can proceed with the date that have been stated. Okay,
Okay, noted,
okay,
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, not Mr. Chairman.
okay, good. Before we adjourn this meeting, can anyone propose the meeting to be adjourned?
Mr. Chairman, I propose the meeting to be the adjourn.
So, I will be second the motion about the meeting to be adjourned.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nick, Mr. Shakir, and Mr. Secretary, Ms. Faris, for your participation on this meeting. Uh, I hope we will see again in the next meeting. Okay, stay safe and stay healthy. Okay, take care, everyone.
Mr.
Bye.
Chairman, can
Oh,
can
yeah.
we end this meeting with a recite of prayers so
Yeah,
it
I
will
Oh,
think so
be
okay.
too.
proper?
Let
Okay.
me recite the prayer.
Okay.
Okay.
I forget about that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa 'amilus solihati wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Man. Okay. Okay. See you soon, everyone.
I mean, okay,
Okay,
see you
Mr.
soon.
Chairman. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, see you
Chairman.
soon.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
Thank you,
guys.
Mr.
everyone.
Thank you,
Chairman.
guys.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.